Is perfectionism ah is perfectionism sabotaging your success goals? Not sure. I'm now being serious. Is perfectionism sabotaging your success goals? Could your quest for perfection actually be holding you back from achieving your goals? Perfectionism is often viewed as a positive trait, something that drives us to drive for excellence and push ourselves to be better. But what if I told you that perfectionism may actually be sabotaging your success goals? You know, when we are perfectionists, we often put off starting the task because we are worried that it won't be good enough. We'll spend hours, even days, thinking about how we can make it perfect. And before we know it, we've lost momentum and task remains untouched. This leads to procrastination, which, let's be real, is a major productivity killer. Perfectionism can also lead to overwhelming amount of stress. We can feel so stressed, we put so much pressure on ourselves to get everything just right that we end up feeling anxious, burned out, and stuck. And when we do finally take action, we are so fearful of making mistakes that we'll often overthink and overanalyze everything in detail, causing us to second guess ourselves and our abilities. The truth is, perfectionism is not about being perfect. It's about trying to avoid failure. It's about trying to avoid feeling vulnerable, feeling imperfect, and feeling like we are not good enough. And the thing is, this fear of failure can be so paralyzing that it prevents us from taking action, from trying new things, and from pursuing our goals with confidence. So what happens when we are stuck in this cycle of perfectionism? We get stuck, we procrastinate, and we fail to make progress towards our goals instead of moving forward. And we want to, but we just can't do it, isn't it? We are stuck in this crippling cycle of self-doubt and fear. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have an almost debilitating need for validation? They'll post something on social media and wait anxiously for likes and comments just to feel like they are good enough. Or they'll constantly seek feedback from others, not because they want to learn and grow, but because they need to hear that they are doing everything right. This constant need for validation stems from a deep-seated fear, a fear of not being good enough, of not being perfect. And the thing is, this need for validation can be so all-consuming that it drives people to make decisions based on what others think, rather than what they truly want. One of the most powerful insights I've gained about perfectionism is that it's often masked for our deeper fears and insecurities. When we are perfectionists, we are often trying to compensate for feelings of inadequacy, of not being good enough, of not being lovable. And the thing is, this mask that we put of perfectionism can be so convincing that we start to believe it ourselves. I want to share a story with you about someone who was stuck in a cycle of perfectionism. She was a high-achieving student, and she was a professional. She had already 2 degrees as she kept studying, always getting top grades, always pushing herself to the best. But despite her outward success, she felt like a total failure on the inside. She was constantly anxious, constantly stressed, and constantly comparing herself to others. One day, she realized that she was trying to prove herself and others that she was good enough, that she was worthy of love and acceptance. And in that precise moment, she decided to let go of her need for perfection. She started to focus on progress, not perfectionism, and slowly but surely, she began to break free from the cycle of perfectionism. The key insight she gained was that her worth and her value came not from her achievements, but from what she was as a person. And when she let go of her need of perfection, she discovered a sense of freedom and empowerment that she had never experienced before. So let's recap. Perfectionism is not about being perfect. It's about trying to avoid failure. It leads to procrastination, stress, and a lack of progress towards your goals. It's driven by a deep-seated fear of not being good enough, and it can be a major obstacle to achieving success. The truth is, embracing imperfection is the key to achieving your goals. When we let go of our need for perfection, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, new opportunities, and new experiences. We become more confident, more resilient, and more empowered to take action towards our dreams. So I want to hear from you. Have you struggled with perfectionism? How has it held you back from achieving your goals? Share your experiences with me in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about overcoming perfectionism or just any struggles and achieving success, be sure to check out all the other videos and get in touch. I'm more than happy to have a chat anytime you want. Make sure that you break that barrier. When you work with a coach, we can very quickly look at the depthness of this. Where is the origin? What happened? And we can remediate it very fast. So get in touch if you want help. It'll be a pleasure to help you.